Yung may ng malakas sa sports vlogging lahat umaangkas. Pag nagsalita ng facts, tahinig silang lahat. Mga bayas at panatikong magtago sa lunggan nyo. Dahil ito na si Maestro Pao. Salud ang mga totoo. Boom boom, Powcast Sports ang malakas, ang tunay na angas ng Pinas. Sa sports vlogging idol ng lahat, matapang balanse, laging tapat. Saludo, king bumbalahos, vlog natin malalaos. Akala mo di kaya gumawa ng distract. Huwag mo kong igaya sa'yo nawa. Talubos sa matinong vloggers, pero kung fake, makinig ka sa'kin. Huwag kang pasaway, di kita aatasan, gawin kitang sabay. Kung ako'y balimbing, ikaw ang pala. Ako matamis, pero ikaw mukhang mapait na din talaga. Kasi bitter ka, KK! Boom boom, Powcast Sports ang malakas, ang tunay na angas ng Pinas. Sa sports vlogging idol ng lahat, matapang balanse, laging tapat. Saludo, ouch, nagsisiyakan na sila. Mag-unsubscribe, mag-report pa. Pero bakit nandito ka pa? Nagko-comment pa. Natubuo na ang haters, kaya ang katotohanan. Pero tayo ba'y mapait? Ako papansinin kita. Magbago ka na bago pa mahuli ang lahat. Ouch, sa pulba. Boom boom, Powcast Sports ang malakas, ang tunay na angas ng Pinas. Sa sports vlogging idol ng lahat, matapang balanse, laging tapat. Saludo, sige bash lang ng bash, kasi may pas-pas. Kahit mukha kang balasubas, pag nakatikim ng truth, baka umutot. Diretso sa siyo, mukha kang mabantot. Sitaw di mo alam, may tira pang heavyweights, wag na swak sa timpla. Shop muna, eh? Boom boom, pow boom, Powcast Sports ang malakas, ang tunay na angas ng Pinas. Sa sports vlogging idol ng lahat, matapang balanse, laging tapat. Sarap makinig ang kanta, ang ganda diba? Dito ni Pao salute, gawa ng teknolohiya. Masarap pakinggan kung tunay ka, masakit sa tenga kung sintunado ka. Kaya kung ako sa'yo, tumino ka na, sama-sama sa totoo, maging open-minded ka. Percent hate, di mawawala, kaya nga nandiyan ka pa. Huwag mag-alala, mahal kita sa'yo, marami akong pera. Boom boom, Powcast Sports ang malakas, ang tunay na angas ng Pinas. Sa sports vlogging idol ng lahat, matapang balanse, laging tapat. Saludo, boom boom, Powcast Sports ang tunay na halimaw, ang tunay na vlogger na malinaw. Sa sports vlogging idol ng lahat, matapang at balanse, hawak ang alas. How? Allegiance to the truth, salute to all real fans. Powcast Sports forever true and strong. Jeng jeng, Powcast Sports, lakas mo talaga.
Sayawan ng haters, nilunok na ata ang mundo. Bakit aming mga kulpo?
Mic check.
Sa ulo, kamutin mo para may
Magandang gabi po.
malawak ang imahinasyon. Mukhang kulang sa nasyon. Gusto mo masaya, kahit hindi tunay ang ligaya. Gusto ng fake news, para maraming views. Nagbubulag-bulagan, nagtatanga-tangahan.
Ready na ba lahat? Alright. Nakainom lang ako tubig. Okay. Pasensya na guys, medyo napasarap ako ng workout kaya napasarap pa. Para ako napa-fight week eh. Para ako napa-training na rin kasi may laban yung mga idol ko eh. No, anyway, magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Patayin na natin ito. Pag-usapan po natin ngayon, syempre ating pong hihimayin ang laban po ni Nonito Donaire Jr. na magaganap po dyan sa Yokohama Buntai, sa Yokohama, Japan, kung saan po makakalaban niya po si Rico Masuda. At dito rin po sa laban na ito ni Nonito Donaire, pag-usapan na rin siguro natin ng mga ilang pa pong laban na maganda rin magaganap doon po No, as a matter of fact, meron po dong mga world title fight. Si Anthony Olascuaga po ay makakalaban po si Yukiya Limura para po sa WBO World Flyweight title, at si Freshmart, si Tanamon Niomtrong ay makakalaban naman si Sokichi Iwata. Yan po yung mga laban po dyan sa event na yan. Siyempre, mamaya-maya sa bandang dulo, dahil ang priority natin dito, yung ating pong fight week, yun po yung ating unang pag-uusapan. Siyempre, yun yung mahalaga. Yung kay Casimero, isisingit na rin natin dahil, pero yun mo nakisingit si Casimero sa sa announcement ngayon. Nakisabay talaga. I wonder why, bakit gano'n sa tingin. So mamaya pag-usapan na rin natin yan. At syempre, bago natin yan pag-usapan, gusto ko lang sabihin, grabe, ang galing ng pagkakataon, talagang sabay-sabay, sunod-sunod po ang mga laban ng mga Pilipino. Kaya naman masaya ako dahil sure ball na ako po ay masaya. At sabi nga nila, papaldo na naman si Sir Pao dahil ito na naman ang mga laban ng mga malalakas. Speaking of paldo, gusto ko lang sabihin sa inyo kayo po ay dapat maging responsable kayo. Wag kayo basta-basta pupusta Kailangan be responsible, 21 years old and above. Ako po ay sponsor ng Arena Plus. Nakikita niyo naman, naka-orange ako. May Arena Plus dito sa likod ko. May Arena Plus dito. Siyempre, message lang po kayo sa akin kung gusto niyo nang manalo, okay? So, sa Pilipinas lamang po yan. Or scan nyo lang po itong nakikita nyo ngayon. Itong, yan. Ito, yan. Ito. Hirap. Scan nyo lang yan. At nang makita niyo po yung ads. Kanina, ang ads ng kay Donaire at saka kay Rico Masuda ay dihado po itong si Nonito Donaire Jr. 2.43. Sabihin times 2.43 po, no? At syempre, kung gusto niyo sure ball, alam mo, ang maganda dito, yung palang Arena Plus, pwede makonect dito sa MoneyPay. Naku, ang ganda nito. Simple na, tapos mura pa yung mga convenience fee kung sakaling magbabayad kayo ng mga bill. Syempre, we're working also with MoneyPay. So, just in case wala pa kayong MoneyPay, please go ahead and scan this or send me a message para po kayo po ay magkaroon na ng MoneyPay. Mag-install na kayo, okay? Okay. Ready na ba ang lahat? By the way, kung gusto nyo rin pong ibenta ko yung inyong mga produkto, pag-usapan natin ang inyong mga produkto, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Send me an email at inquiry@powcast.net. So magandang lalaki lahat ng mga nanonood. Shoutout muna tayo, guys, bago tayo mag-init sa ating usapan. At shoutout ko lang sa Sir Jerry Marshall. Si Sir Jerry Marshall parang ang aking correspondent sa Japan, no? Meron tayong mga exclusive footage. Parang kulang na lang, tawagan ko si Sir Jerry Marshall para po sa ating report sa Japan. Ito po ang ating Powcast correspondent, Sir Jerry Marshall. Siya po yung nagpadala sa akin ng mga photos and videos na nakita nyo. Nag-hit yung isa, no? Yung isa nag-hit. Ang gulo ng Facebook, minsan pag-upload ko nung, inedit ko kasi yung, medyo malabo yung, medyo malayo, tsaka mahina yung audio. Inedit ko. Pagka-post ko, hinati-hati ni Facebook. Ang weird. Okay, Mugiwara, mamaya na yung fly to Vegas. Baka parang ang plano ko fly Powcast to Kyrgyzstan. Mahirap kasi US visa ngayon. Fly Powcast to Kyrgyzstan. Saan bambas na yung Kyrgyzstan? Yan, shoutout muna, guys. Pa-comment po ng mga lugar ninyo at nang kayo po ay aking mabati. Okay? Pwedeng ngayon muna, unahin natin. Ay, sorry po. Ano muna tayo? Shoutout muna, guys. Shoutout po sa lahat. Please do not hesitate to comment. Magbabalik. Shoutout. Ayan. Good evening po. Good evening. I'm from Laguna. Shoutout kay Mugiwara. Shoutout po kay sabi. Sir Pa, magpapakalbo ka po ba pag matalo si Donaire? Kung magpapakalbo ka pag nanalo si Donaire, Mugiwara? Ang problema sa inyo, ako lang, kita nyo nang nagkakaroon na nga ako ng alopecia Pagpapakalbo ang hirap-hirap magpahaba ng buhok ngayon. Teka lang na-share na po ba natin? Salamat po ulit kay Carlo Dagami from Laguna. General City, shoutout po Denzel Imasalon. Salamat po. Thank you so much. Sabi naman ni shoutout from Taguig, KMC Motivate. Salamat po. So, gusto nyo magpakalbo ko, mag-dare din kayo, magpakalbo rin kayo pag natalo si Donaire. O kaya pag nanalo si Donaire, papakalbo ka. Pustahan tayo. Hindi pwedeng ako lang. Kaya pa kaya ni Alas kalaban? Mamaya na natin pag-usapan si Alas. Bumalikan na lang. Munahin muna natin si Nonito Donaire. Mamaya na si Alas. Fight week nga eh. Nonito Donaire muna tayo. Nako, bawal magpakalbo, sir. Okay. Simulan na nga natin yung kay Nonito Donaire bago pa makaisip itong mga kasama natin. Fight week nga eh. So, every Monday, manood kayo o hindi, tayo po ay magpag-uusapan natin ang malaking laban for the weekend. At ang malaking laban po na ating pag-uusapan ay ito pong laban ni Nonito Donaire. Actually, ito yan, itong event na ito. Ang weird na itong picture na to. Nonito Donaire, iba itsura dito ni Nonito Donaire. Ba't ganun? Sir Jerry, nagbago na itsura ni Nonito Donaire dito. Ba't ganun? Meron din pong ito March 14, ito March 13, mga big fights naman sa ibang lugar. Si Dickens, si Kakache, Barbosa Sims, March 14 naman yan. And then ito po yung, syempre, ito, 4 o'clock PM ang simula, March 15. So ito po ay, anong araw mismo ito? Linggo mismo ito. Lunes ba ito, Winter? Naguguluhan ako. March 15? Baka Lunes na ito, no? Bakit ganitong itsura ni Nonito doon? Ayan, nabaligtad pala. Kasi naman, iba-iba yung oras. Ito po yung mga event na ating pong pag-uusapan. Okay, simulan na natin. Kulaso din sa Oo nga pala. Oo nga pala yung ay Oscar Colasso. Ayoko niyan. Dapat kasi si ano yan eh. Si Melvin Jerusalem. Minurungan niya si Melvin eh. Hindi mo na alam kung ano nangyayari eh. Oo nga pala. Buot na lang dyan sa Winter. Ang tanong ko, ang weird. Bakit wala sa Ring Magazine? Sandali nga, hindi ba nilagay ng Ring Magazine? Hindi. Hindi nilagay ng Ring Magazine. Hindi nilagay ng Ring Magazine yung event ni Oscar De La Hoya. Hala, what the heck? Hindi oh. World Championship yun ah. Ba't di nilagay? Wala oh. I smell fishy. No, medyo fishy situation yan. Ba't kaya ganun hindi nilagay yung event ni nakalagay, nasan dito? 'Di ba ang main event doon si ano? March. Yun ba yun? Eto na rin pala yun. Oo nga pala. Hindi ko nakita. March 15, no? Okay. Alright, so this one. Colasso Haro. Fundora Rocha Diaz. Okay. Live on the zone. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and talk about this. Ito muna tayo kasi itong ano eh. Barbosa. Akala ko kasi sa Fundora main event dun. Okay. Let's talk about this and let's start with the Nonito Donaire. Nakalagi na ba ako dito sa parang hindi masyado, hindi nakalagay. WBA Bantamweight World Title Eliminator. Ayos din to si Nonito Donaire, no? So let's go ahead and take a look at the tail of the tape. Sadali. Siyempre, ang inaabangan po ng mga Pilipino talaga. Sa March 15, sa Sunday, maaga tayong magkita-kita. Mga 5 o'clock siguro, mag-live na ako. 6 o'clock, tatry natin mag-live. Because maaga yung matatapos ang laban ni Nonito Donaire kasi hindi po siya yung main event. I think baka third to the last siya or fourth to the last kasi may dalawang world championship eh. So, Nonito Donaire, Rico Masuda. Ang kartada po ay 43-9-0. Ito pong si Nonito Donaire. Sa kanya pong sa kanya pong anim na laban, ito pong si Nonito Donaire ay nagkaroon po ng 3 talo, no? Itong 3 talo na ito, isa po kay Naoya Inoue na siya po ay na-TKO. Yung kay Barrios at kay Tumi the last time, ano? Yung kay Barrios at saka kay Tumi arguably was very close, especially of course yung kay Tumi na hanggang ngayon ay hindi pa rin makalaban itong si Tumi dahil nga po nagkaroon po ng injury itong si Tumi courtesy of that last fight with Nonito Donaire. So nakikita mo talaga na may lakas pa rin si Nonito Donaire. Ngayon, speaking of lakas, gusto ko lang sabihin sa inyo na itong kalaban ni Nonito Donaire si Rico Masuda ay malakas. Trust me when I say na malakas ito si Rico Masuda. Malakas manuntok. Nako, sino ba naman ang makakalimot ng nakalaban nito ni si Jonas Sultan, ano? Si Jonas Sultan yung kababayan natin, ano, na knockout in the early rounds. Talaga namang gulat na gulat po ang mga tao diyan sa laban na yan. 28 years old, southpaw, and ito pong boxer nito ay knockout artist. 9 pa lamang ang kanya pong pro fights or 10 ang kanyang pro fights, 9 ang kanyang panalo at 8 po dyan ay by way of knockout. Now, what's impressive about this Japanese is that at the early days, ito pong Hapon na ito ay lumalaban ng matitindi na kagad. Biruin mo, fourth fight niya, no? Si Seiya Tsutsumi na nakalaban din po ni Nonito Donaire eh nakalaban na kagad niya. Natalo siya ng unanimous decision doon. Okay? So, yan po yung 2023. Biruin mo ha. 9 fights and yung mga nakakalaban niya ay di kalidad, di kalibre na agad. At talaga namang ano kagad, kumbaga walang pili-pili. Ano kagad? Angat agad kagad. So, the Nonito Donaire fight is here. It's considered by BoxRec as a 3-star fight. Again, it's a WBA eliminator. Sabi nga ni ng iba baka mapalaban na naman siya sa WBA title. Kasi lalaban na naman siya sa matindi. Nonito Donaire at ayan po, no? So, let me go ahead and tell you right away how I feel about this fight and what I think. Now, first of all, so it will make sense to you. I-open ko lang yung Facebook ko sandali. I feel na hindi pa ganun kadami yung nakanood Or actually sa YouTube na lang pala. YouTube. Sa YouTube po, i-open ko lang yung aking account. And then I will show you yung aking pong in-upload na press con ni Nonito Donaire. 65 views pa lang yung kay Nonito Donaire. So, I just wanted to make sure you can hear this. So, I am gonna go ahead because it's good for us to see the mindset of Nonito Donaire. Because honestly speaking, yung mindset ni Nonito Donaire and yung nakikita natin sa kanya, yung nakikita ko sa kanya during that interview, I feel confident that they are going to win. I mean, it gives me confident because iba yung approach niya. So, let me go ahead and show this to you and react to this first, one by one. So, I already cut the Japanese questions, but it makes sense naman yung sinasabi niya. So, we can get something out of this, okay? Is that okay, guys? All right, I'm sure. Okay. So, pakinggan po natin. Ipi-play ko muna. And let me know kung naririnig Pa-press 1 nga po kung naririnig nyo. Ipi-play ko yung isang part. And then press 1 if you can hear it. Press 2 if you don't. Okay? You guys ready? Let's do this.
Very, very, in tremendous shape because that's what I did. I just after the last fight, I just kept going. So my condition is better.
He ate a lot last night. We have a story on Instagram. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, naririnig niyo po ba? Sabi niya, I feel better, I feel good, tremendous shape, and, after the last fight, nagtuloy-tuloy lang daw po siya ng training. Okay? At, binisto pa siya. If I understand it correctly, medyo mahina yung audio, binisto pa siya ni Rachel na kumain daw ng barbecue. Kumain daw ng maraming barbecue. So, kumain ng maraming barbecue, parang hindi nagbabawas ng timbang, Nip, okay. Lalakasan ko pa ng konti. Tingnan ko kung malalakasan ko. Pasensya na, guys, ha. Okay.
That's what I did. I just went after the last fight. I just kept going. So my condition is better.
He ate a lot last night.
He ate a lot last night, barbecue daw.
Yeah. It was just my body is just listening to me. I'm very motivated because this is not only the fight. I'm aiming for something bigger in the future, and to accomplish more. With better team now.
Okay. So, he was asked about this fight. Sabi niya, hindi lang naman ito yung laban na ito. Even at the age of 43 years old, kumbaga si Nonito Donaire is thinking long-term, thinking about the next fight ahead and what he wants to do. Well, obviously, the bigger thing is always going to be world title. And I think he has been aiming for that for a while now. He's been trying to get the world title back. So, yun yung I think the focus of Nonito Donaire, sinabi niya dito na it's not just about this fight. It's not just about this fight. Yan. So, ano pa ba yung bigger? So, and he said he has a better team. Yun po yung coach niya. Okay? So, let's move on.
I'm very motivated to see how far I can go.
So, he's very motivated. Doon pa lang sa, Nonito Donaire has always been motivated every time we see him. And sometimes people would misunderstand him as kind of bragging or kind of overconfident. But, I think he's just motivated and confident. And, it starts from there. And I don't mind it. Maraming mas maangas dyan kay Nonito Donaire na misunderstood lang siya kasi magaling siya mag-English, but you can see in the way they speak and in the way yung body language ng Nonito Donaire is really confident and motivated for this fight. And that's why I feel something talaga dito sa laban na I will tell you right now, sa tingin ko makakanakaw si Nonito Donaire dito. Sa tingin ko, yes, unahan, malakas din itong si Masuda, and of course, we have worries about Nonito Donaire as well, receiving punch at the age of 43 years old. But I honestly and truly believe that Nonito Donaire is prime at 43. In fact, I'm thinking of writing about this on my next Phil Star write-up. So, so let's go ahead and continue this.
So you're doing something bigger right now. Can you specify in your words?
Well, the best of boxing. The best that I can be, what I've always tried to become. The best in what I can see and how far I can reach by becoming the best of me.
Right.
Yeah, the good thing about this, he's not saying exactly, hindi kung ano yung plano niya. He's just saying he wants to be the best of me. So, yung kanyang yardstick, yung kanyang measurement is himself. He just want to be able to maximize him as him. So nobody can tell if he fail or not, or if he didn't get the championship or not, because he is just trying to accomplish what he what he can, the best of me. Galing talaga. Pwedeng maging motivational speaker. Magaling. That's why he's a commentator.
And I believe, with my team now, the stars the limit. Beyond everything, anything. I believe I can accomplish anything.
Okay, I believe I can accomplish anything, and my interpretation of this one is talagang naniniwala siya sa team niya. So, kudos to the team for, I mean, you can feel naman sa boxer minsan na nakikita mo the way they speak in reference to, especially sa mga press con, tsaka during interviews, pag malapit na yung laban, if they're confident about their training, if they're confident about what they've done in training, it would reflect in a way. Kasi yung medyo tahimik na boxer, yung alam mo eh. And with the smile of Nonito Donaire when he's asked about that question, again, dumadayo na naman siya. I feel that they really have something going on here. I mean, they had it during the Tumi fight. It didn't work out that well officially, but you can see that in the result of kay Tumi na injured pa rin hanggang ngayon. I mean, let's go ahead and continue with this.
I never really, no disrespect, I've never really thought about Riku at all. It doesn't even really bother unless somebody asks me about Riku. We just focus on our game plan. I have.
So it probably was asked because I couldn't understand the question anyway. Siguro tinanong siya tungkol kay Rico Masuda. Sabi, hindi daw nila masyado niisip si Rico unless tinanong sila tungkol kay Rico. I'm sure his team has maybe not him, but I am almost certain that his team are able to watch Rico Masuda because it should be a part of his coaches to understand who their opponent is. So I'm sure it's part of the plan.
Here, great, with the game plans, with the workout, with everything else. We never really mentioned it. We will watch some fights.
See, they
but
watch the
it was
fights.
Mainly how I can improve myself.
So they did watch some fight.
I think when time is there, that'll happen. But I do with raising my hand. That's what we all visualize. But just seeing the best in me, I'm very, very excited.
Okay, they visualize raising his hands and being the best of me, being the best of Nonito Donaire. So, I just recently learned this. The visualization is really, is really very powerful. Like, think about who you want to be, what you want to happen, and it attracts. So, visualization is very important. I just, because I had this habit now that listening to audiobooks every day. And that's one that I can remember. And naalala ko kaagad yung pagkasabi ni Nonito Donaire na visualize nila na tinataas yung kamay niya and being the best of him.
I'm sorry, Champ is very humble. It's going to be a dominant performance.
Oh.
Nonito Donaire's back.
Okay, so the coach, si Coach Flores to, no? Sabi, Nonito Donaire is very humble, but it's going to be a dominant performance. Ito yung mga ganito. Kung vlogger ka, nakikinig ka dito. Ito dapat ang ating i-quote. Coach says it's going to be a dominant performance for Nonito Donaire. And I believe him. No? I believe him. This could be a dominant performance. Nakita ko kaya yung nagsha-shadow siya, ang bilis pa kaya. No, may mga nagsasabi na matanda na, pero wala naman sa edad yan. Kaya pa niya eh. Nasa disiplina niya eh. Anyway, tuloy tayo.
We're turning back the clock.
Turning back the clock.
No, I just think domination, but it's a big possibility with Donaire now.
Big possibility of Nonito knocking him out. Teka lang may tatanungin lang ako dito kay Yan, may tinanong ako para mamaya gagawa ko ng poster eh. Gawa ko ng poster yung big possibility of Nonito knocking him out. I think that's a big statement if that happened.
This is a whole different Nonito Donaire you're going to see.
It's a whole new different Nonito Donaire.
I think the biggest part is he's happy. So that it's a good time and we're training hard.
I think the biggest difference is I'm enjoying. my moments.
Mhm.
You know, it's before there's pressure, there's expectation.
Yep, okay. So Gabe Flores Sr. Said it will be a dominant performance. There's a big possibility that Nonito Donaire could knock out Rico Masuda and they're gonna turn back the time. That is exactly what was said in the press conference. So, lahat ng mga vloggers, pwedeng gawing headline niya. Sa Sports Talk at saka si Boy Bakal, gagawin na yan. Hindi pa siguro nila napapanood tong interview nito kasi konti pa lang. But there's a lot of things that you can get out of that interview. Okay. Tuloy po tayo.
Because of me, because of my name. Now this time, I'm just having fun and I know what I'm capable of and I trust the confidence what I'm capable of. And because
You can really see, no, that although they're having fun, they're saying they're confident. But I know it looks like their team is on a mission, and I feel that. So yun ang feeling ko talaga.
you know, we brought it all out in the training camp.
So what do you think would be the key to
Key to the fight.
There's so many things. I've been in the game for so long. There's so many things that I can do. But the main thing is my confidence in my ability, in what we worked out, and people in my corner.
Nonito Donaire doesn't want to answer the question, the keys. He just said the confidence. Now, the confidence that they have, then they could do a lot of things. But he didn't really answer. I think Nonito Donaire being in Japan for a long time, alam niya na yung mga pasikot-sikot. So they're not giving any chances for Rico Masuda to read their strategy.
This is where my confidence is, and when I'm at my highest, I'm unstoppable.
I'm gonna stop him. All right. So that's the last word. Grabe. Okay. So that was the interview. Now it's time for me to go ahead and give you my keys to win. My personal opinion about what I think of the fight. Kung ano yung sa tingin kong dapat gawin ng ating pambato na si Nonito the Flash Donaire. So para sa akin po, ito pong si Nonito Donaire, he looks really confident and condition dito. And I see him just like what I saw in the fight against Tumi, to be able to use his speed against Rico Masuda. The thing about Rico Masuda, itong si Rico Masuda, guys, is mas aggressive ito based on what I know. No, mas aggressive ito kaysa kay Tumi. And I feel that this could actually work out better para kay Nonito Donaire. Okay? I think this would actually work out better kay Nonito Donaire. The thing about Nonito Donaire during his last fight with Tumi, muntikan na rin yung ma-knockdown yun o ma-knockout. Muntikan na rin, di ba? No, medyo nakailag lang ng konti, nakasurvive lang eh. So, that's why I feel that Nonito Donaire needs to go for a knockout in the early rounds. Now, I know they're confident, I know they trained for this, but, of course, we have to give consideration sa age ni Nonito Donaire because it's never gonna be different when you're younger, when you're prime. He still might got it, and I'm sure he does, but I feel that Rico Masuda, being the younger guy, obviously, he would have probably the physical advantage when it comes to being durable, no, and stamina. Pero Nonito Donaire, if he hits him early, and he hurt him early, yun ang pinakasatangyong kong key. I think he should not give the confidence to Rico and make sure that Rico feels na, ang tawag dito, na talagang maramdaman ni Rico na malakas din itong si Nonito Donaire. Now, si Nonito Donaire, nakalaban niya na yan si Naoya Inoue. So, it's not that sa tingin ko mahina si Rico Masuda kay Naoya Inoue. I'm just saying that Nonito Donaire has experience fighting the biggest puncher. Knockout artist. And I'm sure we've learned from those. So, sa akin, Nonito needs to be fast, needs to hit him early, and I think the counter punching would really be the key here. The counter with knockout Rico Masuda possibly. Again, Rico Masuda is the kind of fighter that goes forward and is really very aggressive. He needs to think twice about that against Nonito Donaire. Okay. And what I really hope and wish for Nonito Donaire in this fight is be defensively responsible. Now, hindi ko makakalimutan kay Nonito Donaire ito eh. This was after he lost with Naoya Inoue, and I've been seeing this in his fights. Na parang when you're a fighter and you have certain way of fighting, you go back to that default. Parang you're a fighter, you fight. When you're kumbaga, when you are a striker, you strike. And Nonito need to consider that yes, he might go to that default pag kumbaga nagkakaroon ng issue, but just in case matamaan siya, I think, you know, rarely we see, actually, isarado niyo yung mata niyo. Nakakaisip ba kayo ng moment na yumayakap sa Nonito? Halos wala eh. Halos wala na yumayakap siya eh. No? Parang walang ganun. So, I think, in a way, just be defensively responsible because, again, a 43-year-old is different. So, we don't want him to get hit early. So, defense and then quickness and counter-punching would be really, really needed dito sa laban na ito para po kay Nonito Donaire. Wag lang siya magpatama early against a power puncher. I think that's a key. So be defensively responsible, and Nonito Donaire just use his speed and make hurt itong si Masuda early. And just masipag lang. Siguro unlike the last fight, they should not feel, kumbaga nabigay kasi ni Nonito Donaire yung based on the score, nabigay niya yung bandang huling round eh. So I think they just need to put the metal to the pedal from round 1 to 12 if it goes there. But I think Nonito Donaire is gonna catch Rico Masuda with the counter punch. Either with the right straight or the left hook. Basta, yan ang feeling ko na mangyayari. Okay? So, and if once you've done that, then the biggest question is when is the next fight against say Tumi or whoever is the champion. Baka hindi ko alam kung confirm na ba to maging champion in recess, may magkakaroon na ng champion in recess eh. Tapos yung nakakalaban ni Nonito Donaire, so he could become a WBA world champion again. So, yun po yan. Para kay Rico Masuda, the keys to win for me is to pressure Nonito Donaire. I mean, just be himself. Yun naman talaga. I mean, as a younger guy, and as a guy with power, based on paper, then you're gonna force yourself in. I would just be relentless in my attacks. At kumbaga, susubukan ko talaga yung stamina ng mas matanda sa akin. Di ba? Does that make sense? Yun ang gagawin ko kung ako si Rico Masuda. Papasukin ko ng papasukin si Nonito Donaire and, force him, tire him out. Tire him out and see if mapagod niya itong si Nonito Donaire and make him on the defense. So, if I'm gonna make it simple, so number 1 is pressure. Put Donaire on the defense because Nonito Donaire is very good in offense. If you let Nonito Donaire dictate the offense, then you're in trouble. So put him on the defensive position all the time. Let him defend. 2, So, pressure, um, and be relentless. It's just simple yung ano ni and yun lang. Then syempre, wag kang magpatama kay Nonito Donaire. Wag kang magpatama kay Nonito Donaire kasi ang natamaan yan. So, but I think yun ang gagawin ni Rico Masuda dito. Ganun naman talaga eh. Kung yung may edad, susubukan na pagodin niya ng mas bata. At the last time I checked, dehado po si Nonito Donaire. Okay? So, I would probably create a shorter version of my prediction that and keys to win para sa inyo, but this is the live session, so medyo out of place yung mga kasi wala tayong template na sinusunod. So, but you get the idea. If I'm gonna bet, I'm gonna get a bet for a knockout win against Nonito Donaire. Okay, any question before we move on to the other fights that's also happening dun po sa Nonito Donaire fight card? Although hindi sila yung main event dyan So, it's possible sila yung third to the last. Hindi po sila yung main event. Okay? So, any question, guys? Okay. There's one question here. Sabi dito, ang question na lang dyan, kung decision or by knockout ang pagkatalo ni Donaire sa linggo. Grabe ka, Since wala nang pakialam si Nonito sa record niya kahit ginawa siyang stepping stone ng batang Hapon. Excuse me po. Did you see Mark the Great? Yung kanya pong press con? Did you see how much he prepared for this fight? Kung wala siyang pakialam dito sa laban na ito, he doesn't need to work hard on training. Excuse me lang po, Mark the Great, hindi ko po kinakampihan, but may nag-comment kagad kanina na ito daw ay pera-pera para kay Nonito. Pera-pera lang yan. Bakit kailangan niya pa ng mga eliminator? No? Kung gusto lang niya kumita, ba't niya papapera pa yung sarili niya? Kaya nga niya sinabi, makinig ka, na gusto niya pa na makakuha ng greater things. That's why this is an eliminator. So, ibig sabihin, sabi nga niya, this is not about just this fight. It's about the next fight. It's about the all I'm saying is that hindi walang pakialam si Nonito. He is just the kind of guy that risk because gusto mo ang gawin niya yung mga ibang mga sikat na boksingero na lumalaban lang na kaya niyang talunin. Ito sabihin ko sa iyo, na si Nonito Donaire kaya niyang tumalo ng maraming bantamweight ngayon kung gugustuhin niya. Maglalaban lang siya ng mga below his level. Di ba? Ay, manapahilit mo ako Defensively, Nonito is greater. Look what happened to Darchi and Montiel. Yeah, that was the counter shot. So all I'm saying is, he needs to be more defensively responsible, especially against a big puncher. And of course, he was younger then, so he has to especially be defensively responsible now because, again, we cannot deny that fact. That's way past Mark the Great. Paano kung matalo si Nonito Donaire? Yeah, that is the question, Paano kung matalo? So he said that he has planned. So afterwards, depende siguro sa pagkatalo. Depende po sa kanila. I mean, kung siguro ganito, guys. On basis na sasabihin natin kung edad lang, I mean, most people would say tama na. No, most people would say. Pero kung titingnan mo ngayon yung mga nagbo-boxing, ginto mo si Pacquiao, Kita mo sina Floyd Mayweather, kikita mo yung mga ibang mga boxer na mga may edad na dahil nagba-boxing pa rin. So, it depends sa kanila eh. Depende kung kaya pa eh. So, let's say for example, I mean, Nonito Donaire has also earned the rights to do a pera-pera fight. If you're asking about pera-pera, gawa siya ng mga fights na, with other legends. Gawa siya ng celebrity fights. Gawa siya ng yung mga ginagawa ngayon ng mga sikat na mga boxers na lumalaban for, for entertainment, for money. And there's nothing wrong with that. Mga inggit lang ang nagsasabi ng ganun. No, I mean, they earn the right. They have sacrificed enough to be able to do this type of things and just get the money and enjoy it. So, but if he loses, yon ang consideration. Tingnan natin kung anong gagawin nila. So, Nonito mukhang sa mga nakikita na parang gusto lang niya may pag-boxing talaga. He's just enjoying the fight. Like me, I'm not a boxer, but I don't know, there's a certain happiness. Nagte-training ako, push up ako, nagbubuhat ako ng barbell konti. Hindi lang mabigat kasi bawal na sa akin eh. Pero mas masaya ako pag ang ginagawa ko ay nagba-boxing ako, nagmi-meets ako. Parang it's a release, I really enjoy it. Promise guys. So it's probably the same with Nonito Donaire. He's just enjoying. Okay? Kung matalo, edi talo, sabi. Yeah. Powcast Idol, Nery versus Casimero. Eliminator din. Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll have to ask Nonito Donaire. Hopefully, mapagbigyan tayo ni Nonito Donaire. Para para makausap natin tungkol dito. Okay, mamaya yung Casimero guys ha. Mamaya yung Casimero. Aggressive yung kalaban ni Nonito. Yes. Hirap lang kayo tanggapin na talunan ng matanda na si Donaire. Road to 10 losses ang target niya this year. Mark the Great. Sino kaya to si Mark the Great? Mabasag na ba ang curse ng Filipino Flash sa Japan pagkaalam ko hindi siya natalo sa Japanese soil? Nabasag na syempre. 2 losses in a row, that's good sign to stop na. 2 losses in a row, that's a good time to stop. Okay. Aggressive yung kalaban nila. Kailangan maging counter-puncher. Yeah, that's what I see. Counter-punching ang pero may chance pa din si Donaire. Gaslight nyo sarili nyo nabubuhay kayo sa ilusyon na si Donaire kaya pa. Mark the Great. Let's talk after, ha? Please come here after the fight. And you tell me what kind of performance you see from Nonito Donaire. Okay? Yan ang isip ng Pilipino. Iniisip pagkatalo, hindi pagsikapan. Tingnan mo si Pagara. Yan. May kasabay ba si Donaire na Pilipinong lalaban? Ngayon, doon po sa event na yun, wala po. Ito nga yung sinasabi ko, ipinapakita yung fight card eh. Guys, na-appreciate ko po yung mga opinion niyo, no? Kahit agree or disagree sa akin, that's no problem. And, I welcome all of that. I want to be challenged. Siyempre, mag-argue din ako, but there's nothing personal about you. But sometimes, siyempre, it's offending to the boxers, and I realize that. But I welcome you. I think Team Donaire is smart enough, no, to understand when they're being heckled, 'di ba? Talo yan si Donaire, mahina na. Okay. What's next for Filipino Flash if matalo po siya sa laban? I do not have answer to this question. It's up to them. It depends kung ano pong klaseng pagkatalo siguro. Kaya pa yan ni Flash, stamina lang. Okay. He still has the big left hook. Nayanig yung hapon sa last fight niya. Yes. And I truly believe that. No disrespect sa inyo. That's just my opinion. I understand. Mark the Great. I'm just arguing with you and I love when people argue with me. Wag lang kayo magbe-below the belt, ha? Donaire, the Great talaga. Pero Mark the Great, uwas yan. Parang si Paga. this is the funny thing about some of the fans, no? Ayaw daw nila ng bias daw si Pau Salud. Bakit daw, let's say for example kay Donaire or kay Casimero, bakit ko daw kinikriticize si Casimero na ganito? Pero pag kinikriticize naman nila yung kalaban ni Casimero, for example, inaaway nila si Donaire, inaaway nila ibang boxer ng MP, bakit sila okay lang? Kasi palusot nila, inaaway daw yung pa-idol nila. So, I mean, that's okay. Mark the grade, that's okay, brother. Kahit anong sabihin nyo kay Donaire, future Hall of Famer yan. Kahit anong pa-hate nyo, nakamarka na pangalan niya sa mundo ng boxing. That is true. That is also true. And the good thing about this, kaya nga ako nakakabilib, kaya in-explain ko na sa inyo kanina yan, nabibilib ako kay Nonito because he is fighting significant fight. Okay? Makinig kayo, ha? Significant fight, meaning relevant, may relevance po yung laban niya. It's not just about the money. Again, it's not just about, getting records or getting wins. Ang daming, may mga boxer na nag-iipon ng panalo, pero yung panalo nila, alam mo, merong mga panalo na yung iba yung meaning eh. Iba yung meaning ng panalo na ikaw ang dihado, na may na pinaghirapan mo talaga. Hindi yung mga panalo, magyayabang kayo sa akin na may panalo yung boxer o panalo kayo, hindi nyo naman kalibel yung kalaban nyo. May magyayabang yung ibang mga tao na yun, accomplish this, pang grade 1 lang naman yung, di ba? I mean, the point is, it's not that I'm belittling. I mean, Nonito Donaire is doing something that's unheard of. I mean, it's hard to be at 43 and fighting for world championships or eliminator. And we should put a respect in that name. Alam niyo nito ginagawa niya, hindi yan lalaban ng magpapabugbog lang. Guys, kung napanood mo yung huling laban, sino ba nabugbog doon sa huling laban? Panoodin yung huling laban ni Nonito Donaire. Sino nabugbog doon? And then come back to me. Japan versus Philippines, laban tayo, kababayan. Yes, sir. The Japanese, I am thankful with the Japanese promotions, and because they have been giving Filipino boxers opportunity. Grabe, no? Ang dami na kumikita sa Japan. Kasi sa Japan, guys, yung mga fan nila doon, gumagastos, napapakinabangan ng promotions. No? Tapos, mas civil pa yung mga fans. It's not that, I love the fans in the Philippines because, they're here with me, but, I mean, napapakinabangan ba kayo ng promoter lahat? Naniwala akong mananalo si Junjun kung si Papa niya ang trainer niya. Sabi niya. Ang trainer po ni Nonito Donaire ay si Gabe Flores Sr. Gabe Flores Sr. I-research nyo guys nang malaman nyo. Of course, Rachel Donaire is also there. Mahina na stamina ni Donaire. Why would you say that? I mean, he, sa akin, be honest, sa akin, I think he tapered off a little bit during the last, he could have really secured the fight. But again, the CompuBox says otherwise. But again, kasi, syempre, you wanna give it all on the line. So, I felt like, kung medyo nag-push pa ng konti, no? Donaire, FW. For the world. Always work ethic, discipline. He still has the left hook. That's correct. Sabi ni John Van Culaton, 6659. Dangerous pa rin si Donaire to the most of the boxer, but once the fight get past the halfway mark, bro, start moving like old man. And this is what I said, no? I'm sure they recognize that they're not young anymore. I mean, he's just having fun. He's just trying to be conditioned. When he is still very dangerous, and I hope he can catch the guy early. But iba talaga syempre pag may edad na. He is not the same as he was young, but he is still competitive enough to win a fight and go to the full 12 rounds. And you can argue with that with me, but you already know that's true. Junjun can win if his dad is his trainer. Si Casimero kasi will be big hat Donaire Hall for first ballot. Let's support Filipino fighters no matter what. Yeah, again, we can support Filipino fighters, but we can also be true kung ano po yung opinion natin. No problem sa akin, guys, kung hindi tayo magkapareho ng opinion, no? Like ito, gaya ng sinabi ko, no? I support Casimero. Casimero doesn't like me, but you'll be surprised later. Magta-transition ako ng konti about Casimero because I'm really surprised na 122 siya lalaban. Yun ang delikado dyan. Iba pa rin performance niya kung andyan si papa niya. Grade 1, malakas pa rin. Parang ako, ito, no? Sasabihin ko, nanalo ako. Pero ang kinalaban ko, grade 1. Ninakaut ko grade 1. Matutuwa ba ako noon? So, nire-ratio pa rin. At saka si Gabe Flores. Senior. Okay. Nadahe si Inoue, andyan si papa niya. Sige, Jason, mas magaling mag-English. Tumama lang yung left hook, siguradong may kalalagyan ng hapon. Mark my words. Si Casimero malakas, kaso kulang lang sa training. Okay, mamaya na si Casimero, guys. Mamaya yung naibash si Casimero, please. Japet, hindi nga tandaan ni senior na nag-coach siya kay Nonito against Inoue 1. Okay. Kaubayan laban pero wag tayo gumastos. Aray ko! Ayan na si Jose Rizal. Yan, ang lakas natin magreklamo. Kita sa mata ni Tumi, takot kay Donaire at tumasik sipon. So, alam mo, nanghihinayin talaga ako doon. Dapat Nonito Donaire na yun eh. The father's the key. Okay. That's what you say. That's okay. Kung matalino tong kalaban ni Nonito, jab sa body, then paspas sa mid-late rounds. Pero kung sasabay agad, Donaire basag to. Ayan mo, I think that's a good idea. Paspas sa katawan lang muna. Shoutout Sir Pao from Libasira. Shoutout na sa girlfriend ko na si Angelica Fernandez na nagpapamassage. Wow. Ako, kakataas ko palang magpamassage siya gahapon. Nagpa-ventosa ako kasi sumasakit na rin yung likod ko eh. Salamat guys. Ako sa 100 na nanonood at nakikinig. Salamat po sa inyo lahat. I want to let you know every Monday we're doing a Fight Week podcast, which means we talk about whatever is the big fights for the rest of the week. For the weekend. Kalabaw lang tumatanda basta aktibo sa may disiplina, makaya pa rin sumabay sa baguhan. Hindi naman baguhan si Rico Masuda. Nakalaban na ng matitindi eh. Sir Kalbo, may pag-asa ba si Casimero kay Donaire? Parang wala yatang mangyayari laban ng ganyan. Also, thank you to Omega and IPR for the outstanding support. Yeah, salamat po sa Omega Boxing Gym and the IPI for the outstanding support. Basahin mo naman comment ko pa. Parang nabasa ko na yata yung comment mo. Okay, matutuwa pa rin panalo. Missy grade 1 tinalo. Siguro niya ng condition coach. Pero memo Angel. Sarap magpamassage tapos may ex. Okay. Nice servant to. So, okay, ganito. Let's any other question kay Nonito Donaire? Ganito guys. I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to let you know of my opinion. So, but if you want to debate me, you just let me know. If you want to debate me, if you want to go up against me, no problem. I said my piece. It's up to you to digest it. Kung ikaw ay naniniwala o hindi, it's up to you. All right? But that's my opinion. And that's my analysis of the fight. Okay? Roland, bukas basketball tayo. Every Tuesday, basketball. Tuesday, hoops day, ang ating pong basketball. And Thursday, kay Homer Sison. Kulang na nga ako sa live sa boxing eh. Kasi yung basketball, marami nang nanonood eh. Alright, so let's move on sa isang maganda ring laban. Alam mo, maganda yung WBO World Flyweight fight nitong Limura at saka itong Olascoaga. Ang gaganda ng ano nitong mga to. Tingnan ko nga, pakita ko sa inyo yung record. Mamaya si Casimero, guys. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Sa katutok na Casimero, malayo pa yung laban. Mamaya may tanong din ako sa inyo tungkol kay Casimero, ha? Okay. So, Anthony Olascoaga versus Jokia Limura. Parang maganda yung ano eh. Nakalaban ni ano to eh. Ni Esnet Domingo eh. Damn. Siyempre yung Olascoaga yung ano dito. Yung lamado dito. Sa tingin ko lang pero may pag-asa rin to si Jokoy eh. Magandang laban to, guys. This is gonna be very interesting. Si ano ba to? Si Doc J ba to? Baka fake to, ha? Teka. Message kayo sa ano sa sila ba to? Sige, bago natin pag-usapan yung ano kasi para wag na natin pag-usapan si Casimero sa isang episode na lang si Casimero. Doc J. Oh, Madam Rachel. PM nga, boss. Dapat tinitle ko na para maraming nanood eh. Rachel, Doc J, kung alam ko lang na dapat kayo ang nasa headline eh. Para mas maraming nakanood. Yeah, I need to send them a link. Do you wanna see Rachel? Pa-press 1 nga po. Pa-share muna, guys. Para maraming makanood. I-share nyo muna para umakyat si Rachel. Pa-message nga, brother, yung messenger ko. Pa-message nga para masend ko yung link. Si Madam Rachel at saka si Doc J. Pa-press ng yes. Pa-press 1. Pa-share po muna habang iniintay yung message ni Rachel. Ang kausap ko? Si Jerry. Ayan na, ginagalit nyo si Rachel, ha? Alright. Pa-press 1 and pa-share. Nasaan na ba yung messenger ni Rachel? Sana in-headline ko na eh. But I wanna... Okay, get it. Sandali ah. Kausap ko kanina si Rachel. I was confirming. So, sayang di sana nilagay ko special guest kayo. Wait a second. What's up? Oh, yeah. Pa-share na. Same link. Rachel, I send it to your WhatsApp. If it's really you. Baka umasa yung mga followers natin. And I'll share this pag umakit kayo. So, let's talk about this. There's a lot of questions that I want to ask Nonito Donaire. But I'll ask you first. It looks like there's some doubts against Nonito Donaire, but that's normal. And I might ask you some questions na medyo mahirap ha. Let's go. Salamat. Yung Casimero at saka Nery, mamaya pagbibigyan ko kayo pagkatapos. So habang iniintay ko, sabihin ko lang sa inyo, yung Casimero at saka Nery, expected na naman yan. Sinabi ko naman sa inyo, may insider na kaibigan din mismo nila na nagsasabi sa akin na yun ang mangyayari. In fact, baka makita nyo ako sa Kyrgyzstan. Kailangan ko lang ng may mag-i-sponsor sa akin. Parang ang mahal pala ng ticket. Ang mahal pala. Parang 80,000 yata ang ticket papuntang Kyrgyzstan. I didn't expect it to be that expensive. Sobrang mahal pala. Ganun kamahal ang ticket papuntang Kyrgyzstan. I'm quite surprised with the malayo rin pala. Tapos parang at least 16 hours flight din ang ang Kyrgyzstan. Ganun kalayo pala yun. Kala ko Asia lang. Medyo malapit-lapit. So, malayo rin ang babiyahihin pala doon. I didn't know that. Okay, I'm waiting, guys. I'm stalling here. I'm stalling. Yes, and number 1. Yan, okay. All right. No, I was gonna. So Rachel's coming. Question muna tayo, guys, habang iniintay natin ang ating pong mga guest. And lilitan ko lang tong okay, para hindi masyado nakakagulo. Yeah, press 1. Do you have any question for Rachel? And Doc J might be coming on the show as well. I do not know if Nonito is coming, but I still hope to have a one-on-one session with Nonito because I do have a few questions kay Nonito Donaire. So, yan guys. Ready na. So Jerry, if you wanna come, you can come too. I mean, kompletuhin na natin ang Team Donaire. So, how's the weather in Vegas? So Jerry is not in Vegas. He's my reporter in the Casimero camp. Siya yung nagpi-feed sa akin ng video. So yeah. By the way, aside from the Anthony Olascuaga a fight against Jukiya Lumura, maganda rin yung yung Neom Trong versus Iwata. Pero parang kay Iwata ako dito. Kaysa kay here we go. It's fight time. Okay, wait. Di ka siya. All right. Teka lang. What's up, guys?
Hi.
How are you doing?
Hello. Cheers, Rich.
Oh, no.
Cheers. How you guys?
Okay, I don't know. You've been watching the show. We got a lot of doubters on the show, on the comment section about Nonito Donaire. So let me fire this one first. So how long have you been in Japan? Just to make sure
Saturday.
2 days, 3 days?
Saturday.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
About 2 days. So the first question is, let me just go to the meat. Of course, I saw Nonito in the press con. I've heard what he said. He's very confident. He's very happy, and he believed that his team now is gonna take him to the greater heights. But there's, of course, obviously some shades because of his age, and some people translate or kumbaga, they think of the last fight na nag-fade si Nonito Donaire sa latter rounds. How's the condition of Nonito Donaire, especially if it goes to the latter rounds?
I mean, is that really a question, pal? Did the conditioning really matter, considering that Seiya cannot continue and had a 4-hour surgery after the fight and cannot defend his title now and might possibly be a recess champion? That is more damage to a boxer than they're saying. If Nonito was fading in the rounds, why is it that Nonito immediately went back into the gym and was able to take this fight? Yeah, spar and take this fight. So, I mean, they can say that all they want, but also then they would also have to tell me why we got a 116
Okay. I don't know if it's me, but you're kind of breaking, Rachel. Guys, did Rachel just froze on me?
Oh, yeah.
I think you're freezing a little bit.
Oh.
I don't know if it's me, but I think you're freezing. Sayang, napuputol daw. Um, can you hear me?
Okay.
May na
Say it again.
internet sa Japan.
Can you hear me?
No,
Or should we just?
no, I can hear you. You're just freezing up. Now it's good. Okay, he froze again. She froze again. Okay, thank you to the doubters. Bring up Nonito's odds. Okay, mahina ang internet. Lagi, Sir Pao. Hindi
Sure
ako yung
ka?
lagi, no? Hello?
Hi.
They're like, yeah, you're lagging. Sup, Doc J? Can you hear me? Sayang si Doc J, oh.
Wait,
Ganda
wait.
ng pagkakulot ni Doc J. Kumusta na? Ang ganda pa naman ng simula natin dahil medyo mainit ang sagot ni Rachel Donaire. Sa, kaso, naglalag ulit daw. Naglalag. Guys,
But
can you
it's
let me
better
know
later.
if Doc J and Rachel is okay now with their signals?
We're back. Okay na. Good to
It looks
go.
like it's fine now.
Yeah, we
Yon.
changed the internet.
Change
So-
connection.
The hotel internet's funky. Weird.
Okay. All right.
Don't
So
stop
let's
moving, Pao. We think that you're frozen.
Okay.
Don't stop
Again,
talking. Tuloy-tuloy lang.
All right. Thank you for the note. All right. I've been doing podcasts, but thank you. I forget sometimes because, guys, I have to wait for you guys. So let's go back. It's better now, according to the people. So I understand that, while officially Nonito Donaire lost, but it looks like Tumi got the worst end of the fight. Do
Yeah,
you
and we
ever
forget
feel
that-
right now that you could have
We're
won that fight?
forgetting it was but we're forgetting that this was a split decision. It wasn't a unanimous. It wasn't a clean sweep where he won all the rounds.
Mhm.
It was a split decision, and that's something that it's very easy to forget for the casual fans because
Mhm.
all they look at, if they even watch the fight, is just the outcome. So
Mhm.
I mean,
I gotta ask you this. It was a split decision, especially now it's developing against Uchumi. Did you ever feel, because I didn't really heard any complaint or issue from your side, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you could have won that fight, that you won that fight?
I think we won that fight. I think he took several rounds, but Nonito was the one that was pressing forward, all the way until 7. So that being ring generalship in itself, tells you that he should have gotten the nod, right? And then, like I said, we did do the CompuBox numbers for that fight, and Nonito landed more of the clean power shots.
Mhm.
So I believe he outlanded him in a bunch of rounds as well. I'd have to pull it back. But so when it comes to that case, I think people don't understand like the CompuBox numbers and what the CompuBox says and things like that.
Mhm. Yeah, the CompuBox favored Nonito Donaire, but the official score, especially in the last 3 rounds, favored say Chichumi. What's your opinion on that? Because it seems
Okay.
like that's the reason why he lost, because he commanded the early rounds.
But it's a 12-round fight. If we could
Mhm.
agree that fine, he took the last 3, well, what happened to the other 9? So let's do subtraction. 12 minus 3 rounds means that 9 was for Nonito. It's really not that hard to figure out.
Hmm. Yeah, but officially the judges scored it differently, and that's why
Uh,
I'm just saying.
Yes, and the one judge scored it the other way.
Hmm.
So you can't say that. That's the thing, is you can't say officially it was the judges, plural, because yes, there was 2, but then there was one that was Nonito's way. So that the problem I have is the how people take just the win, right? It's very
Mhm.
important to say it was a split decision.
Hmm. Okay. Well, now that you're in this position, I mean, that fight is done. You're getting another crack as a top contender, and possibly, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is again an eliminator for WBA. Is that right? The same belt?
It is
It
for the
is.
mandatory.
Mandatory. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you're probably gonna get another crack again. So the question that I have is Nonito Donaire, I mean, already an established name, could have gotten an easier fight first, but you went straight ahead to a hard fight again at 43.
Actually,
Mm.
I mean, Rico wasn't like it wasn't for the mandatory yet. Like we were just supposed to fight Rico.
Mm.
And then they made it the WBA mandatory fight off whatever.
Hmm. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's luck and that's good opportunity for Nonito Donaire. And this is why I'm impressed with Nonito Donaire at his age, getting all the hard fights, not getting any activity fight to no fight. I mean, and every time he fights, he produces great actions. Now, with Doc J with you as part of the
Mm-hmm.
team, Nonito seems really happy. He ate barbecue, as you said on the press conference. I
Yesterday.
don't know. So, what's the difference? It seems like Nonito is in high spirit and very confident as well.
I think it's because you have to remember when he won 2012 Fighter of the Year, he was very active,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets his confidence from being in the gym more than the layoffs. The
Mhm.
layoffs, you have rust and things like that. The fact that he's able to come back because he wasn't injured and he's healthy, like it helped out with him that he's like, yeah, I want to get back in the ring, especially how the last fight ended. And I said in December when that fight ended, and Saya said he had a 4 hour face surgery. I was like, there's no way that this guy's gonna make the 120 days mandate by the WBA. I mean, unfortunately, he just pulled out now. But I mean, things happen for a reason. Whatever happens, happens.
Rach, you seems to be coming back to Cebu more frequently, and Doc J has been a common face now in Team Donaire. What is Doc J um, for you, Doc J? What is
Mhm.
exactly Doc J's role in Team Donaire's camp, in this, especially in this fight?
I'm here always to support Nonito. So kahit saan tayo ilagay, kasama tayo. So
Mm.
we have a great addition to the team. It's Gabriel Flores. He's a
Mm-hmm.
strategist also. Tapos siya, yung anak niya is youngest prospect na na-sign ng top rank. And he also worked with Shakur during amateur, Shakur and Bam Rodriguez. So he has so much experience. Tapos it's a great addition to the team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna get to Gabe Flores because he mentioned some pretty intense thing during the press conference. But I wanna just go ahead and follow up with you, Doc J. Doc J and Omega Boxing Gym has been a destination for not just Nonito Donaire, but like a lot of champions from all over the world. And Nonito seems to be happy there. What's up with Omega? I haven't been there for a long time. What's happening at Omega Boxing Gym? Why is Nonito always coming back there?
I think it's the yung ambience ng gym and then the facility rin. And then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we have good relationship, good chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Yan yung diyan, good chemistry.
That's the thing is not a lot of boxing gyms like take care of their boxing gym. Like a lot of people don't even bother cleaning it up, right? We love the fact of how it's set up. In addition to we get that fresh air that's coming through the gym. Sometimes it's really hot and there's no, fresh air, but and it's the fact that like he said, like it's the camaraderie. It's Nonito seeing the up and coming boxers and seeing
It
the different
motivates him.
talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing the different talent that's coming out in Cebu or whoever's coming into Omega Boxing. It's a very nice facility, and the people there are more than helpful in anything you need.
Great, that's great to hear. Cebu is indeed considered the capital of boxing in the Philippines, where there's a lot of fighters. Which brings me to the point, if you can share, are there any name fighters that helped Nonito Donaire in the fight that he sparred with or he trained with in Omega?
His main sparring partner was Jubert
Mm.
Kahimat,
Yeah.
si Ramel Roda, Mark Gandhi, Gabriel Santissima, at si Erich Binoya. Karamihan mga up and coming mga prospect.
Mm-hmm.
So they're
Young and
younger, hungry. Then nung yung kagandahan pa so Nonito has been mentoring them. So tinuturuan sila ng mga technique. Tapos makikita mo talaga yung improvement ng mga bata from day one na nag-sparring sila. Nabubugbog niya, napapakwit niya via body shot. Pero nung huli
wow.
na, may laban na. So thankful rin kami kay Champ na tinuturuan niya yung mga boxer namin at sinishare niya yung talent niya.
Yeah, speaking of sharing of talents, a new face, you mentioned this. Nandun siya sa Omega, Gabe Flores Sr. I was
And
wondering how
Junior.
this and Junior, how did this happen? And since when?
Well, Gabe has always been like, with when we're training in Vegas, training with Nonito. The thing is that for, the last year or so, every time that Nonito's fighting, Gabe's fighting, the same week, and it
Mhm.
just so happened like that. This is the first time that they were saying, that he doesn't have a fight lined up. I believe they're actively right now trying to sign a fight. So with them doing that, it's great because he's already in camp. So let's just say he has an April date, like end of April date or May. He's already he's already training. He's not
Spiya
going
ko
for
sa sa team.
Europe.
Meet my spy at Team Donaire. He's the one sending me the videos. anyway, uh, anyway, sorry for that. Uh, yeah, well, I'm happy that Gabe is there. People have been asking, and I assume that Gabe Flores is taking over the head coaching job. Is he, or is it still you?
I mean, at the end of the day, like it's still like a whole thing. Like that's the thing is that Doc J is still on the team because he brings experience. Gabe's on the team. He brings. I have my own experience, and so it's been this huge collaboration.
Mhm.
One of the things is that Gabe, really put in the strategy. So he's mostly going to be the person that's speaking in the corner. One of the things that we did notice though is that when you're listening to a trainer, sometimes like you haven't heard that voice in this setting, right? Like when it's so loud in the crowd, right? You can't hear everyone, but you could key in on a certain person. So I'll just be, still be whatever we talk about, us three talk about in the corner. Then we'll all three say the same thing together. So it's not conflicting strategies and it doesn't make him confused or anything like that.
Okay. I guess that answered the question that I was about to ask. He's gonna be the number one in the corner, manning the corner. Is the main voice in the corner on fight night. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, being the main voice, I also heard his voice while Nonito it was very humble and happy, and he was saying he just want to be the best of me. He just want to achieve, great things of me. But and I remember, Gabe Flores Sr. said, the champ is being humbled, but it's gonna be a dominant performance for Nonito Donaire. And there was a follow up. I think he's gonna knock out or possible gonna knock out Masuda. How do you feel about that? Is that the same mindset that you have also?
Well, yeah, I think like that's the thing that people keep saying. Like they're like, "Oh, Nonito's old, Nonito's that, Nonito's this," and yet he's still competing at the highest level, both volume and exceeding the power, the punch power potential of the 118 category. So when he says that, he does see knockout, I do see a knockout too, but we don't want to, force the issue because we've seen what happens when boxers just try to wing it and throw Hail Mary punches. It doesn't end up well.
Okay, but uh, I'm sure you know this, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. The last two defeats of Casimero was a very close margin. Uh, don't you feel the need for a knockout because of those two defeats? Split decision, the UD with Barrios seems like a very close score.
No.
Don't you feel the need for a knockout?
Casimero, who are we talking about?
I mean, Nonito Donaire. Sorry.
Sorry, after you said Casimero, I stopped. I was like, this
What
question's
the
not for me.
heck? For you, for you. I'm not lasing. Come on. Nonito Donaire.
Wait, so what was the question again? Because I was like, he said Casimero.
What was that? Was that? Someone sending me a message at the same time. Guys, stop sending me a message on PM. Don't you feel the need for a knockout because he seems like you lost by a slim margin? I mean, if this was a close fight again, do you believe that you're gonna get a nod, or do you feel you need to get a knockout? Really?
I don't want to say what we feel like we need, because at that to try to force something like that again, you're going to end up just not doing yourself. But look at Shakur Stevenson. Does Shakur Stevenson need a knockout, or was he just dominant? So it's
Okay.
not something that it is needed to to win a fight. We have to remember that there's different ways to win a fight.
Mm-hmm. All right. And yeah, obviously, I believe that Nonito still got it, and getting this fight is a big deal for Nonito Donaire. Uh, how about his weight right now? This is the usual question. How's the weight?
I mean, he was eating Korean barbecue yesterday, and it was an all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue. It was on live. We lived it on Instagram. That's why I didn't think people were going to pay attention. Like, oh, this, because it was fun. It was a different Korean barbecue. Like the trays, like you put something in on
The
the
modern
iPad,
Korean barbecue.
and then it comes out and it's like, pick up your tray, and then you pick it up, and then you press another button and it returns the tray back. So it was like fun. So we're like, oh, let's live. And then I didn't think that the Japanese reporters were watching. So apparently that was unusual to them, that Nonito's eating all you can eat Korean barbecue.
Well, unusual to a lot of fans, especially at 43 when it's harder to lose weight because of your metabolism. And I heard Nonito say
No, stop.
he's
I don't even
missing.
want to hear it. No,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
no.
Hindi naman
No.
para pangalan eh.
No. The thing is that it in anybody, it's just discipline.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's it. A healthy lifestyle, it's discipline. You destroy your own body the way you want to
Mhm.
eat, or the way you don't want to exercise, and all these other
Mm.
things. The thinking and the mentality that we're old. Why don't we look at 20 years ago or 30 years ago when there was TV? Remember the show The Golden Girls? And they were only our age now. They were only 40s, and yet they were portrayed as 60, 65-year-old women. Why?
Mhm.
Because they weren't really into how to take care of their body and to keep them young.
In their mind.
Right now we have so much technology and so much research into and science on how to make sure that we are living a better life and the longevity of life,
Mhm.
that it's a conscious decision. You could see a 40-year-old who can't get out of bed, and has aches and pains, and has arthritis and all of these, and forever sick, and and then you have a 40-year-old that's completely healthy running marathons. What's the difference then? You can't say age.
That's correct. I agree with you. Look at me. I'm 45. I'm still handsome.
Are you older than me, Kuya?
I am 45. And a lot of, I am 45. A lot of people still want to box with me. Yeah. So, so, forgive me. I have to ask that. Those are some of the questions that people wanted to hear the answer. Now, Coming into this fight, your dad asked me about the odds, and the odds was the underdog 2.43. Was that about what do you
Mm,
think about right?
I
How do you feel about the
mean,
odds?
I don't care.
Hindi. Mas maganda yung mga naysayer dyan na matatalo si Nonito. So, odds go up.
Yeah, I mean, but like
Okay.
first of all, I'm not one of those people who could tell you like, well, this is how they think and this is how they do the odds and they do a calculate. I don't know. I don't know. A lot of the times when I see boxers that I know one is such a heavy underdog and the other one's going to beat them, I don't know how the odd makers are thinking that
Mhm.
way. Like, do they take a
Okay.
vote? Like, hey, we do it 2-1, 3-1, 1-1. I don't know. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, so like Nonito versus Ubali was the exact same way. So of course we're looking at like, well, what are you thinking? I've already given up on trying to figure out how they calculate that.
Okay. But you don't feel offended if a four-division world champion who done great in this last fight is the underdog in this fight against a younger, less experienced. You don't feel offended
No,
about the
like
odds.
I said,
Okay.
the whole world is stuck on like, oh, you're old,
Yeah.
and yet time and time again we've proven that we can defy that order by just
Mhm.
changing our mentality.
Mhm. You know, most of the wife of a boxer at this stage would say, "No mas." Now, it's different for you. Okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna ask you, how long do you want to see your husband fight as a wife? As a trainer, I'm sure you're gonna say, okay, as long as you can. As a wife, with kids, have you ever thought of that?
No, because that's what fighting is. Like,
Yeah,
listen,
you're
I'm
you're
not those
answering as a
girls that,
trainer right now. You're
I'm
answering
at,
as a
no,
fighter.
I'm talking to you as a fighter myself.
Correct. You're
Nobody should
answering me as a
feel
fighter.
it.
Mm.
Yeah, as a fighter, like and I can't separate that because of the reason
Mhm.
that fighter, and I could separate fighter and trainer, but fighter and wife, this is who he married. He knew I was a fighter as well. So I understand a lot of the things, the weight cuts, the long nights and all that stuff, the stress that it goes through. So when it comes to that, as long as he is showing up, then I'll be okay. But to
Mhm.
say like, oh well, you're 43, we want to do this and do that, blah blah blah. He still loves it, and he's still
Mhm.
showing up.
It's
Yeah,
negative
love.
attitude.
Okay. So I'm loving and supporting is different and the passion is different, but there's also a risk involved no matter how trained he is. Are you not concerned about, I mean, he has kids. I guess I'm just trying to be the normal Filipino, say, okay, what happened if suddenly, I mean, forbid it doesn't happen, it happens, but don't you feel like, I mean, he's fighting a knockout artist,
Mm-hmm.
something like that, like this is the same thing with Manny when people say, okay,
Knockout artist from that.
you already established everything, what more do you want? You're gonna put yourself at risk.
Nonito has more knockouts. So I mean, but besides that, you can walk. Anybody here, anyone in the world can walk outside their house and get hit by a car and die. Shall we all just stay inside?
I like your answer. That's, you're you're always giving me
And
quotes,
at
okay.
that, you might stay home, and then the
Mm,
fire in your stove is gonna go off and burns your whole house, and you could still stay inside because you don't want to go outside to get hit by a car. That's a paranoia thinking, and it's like,
mhm,
oh, well, what if what if you don't have tomorrow?
mhm.
And the thing is that nobody's timeline is said to be at any point. So you live your life as amazing as you want to, but to say like,
Okay.
well, he's doing this and that could be endangering his health. Well, how many people in the chat drink, smoke, don't go to sleep, cheat on their wives, and bring home STDs and
Yeah.
Okay. We're
drive,
doing a lot of things.
all these things like
Okay. Okay.
even like going in just going in a car. Like I saw there was a video my dad sent me earlier, and they were getting in a jeepney,
Yeah.
and this car
Five
comes
pounds.
plowing through the jeepney,
Mhm.
and I don't know how many people unfortunately had passed. I pray for them, but did you think that when they took the jeepney that that was going to be dangerous?
Mhm. Yeah, I understand. Your perspective is well absorbed here on this side. This is a Filipino show, so these are the common notion of the average Filipinos. Which gives me this question. Since you're all in the boxing of Nonito up to now, what more does you and Nonito want? He said on the press con that this is not for just for this fight. This is for something bigger. What else does he want to achieve, or you guys want to achieve for Nonito Donaire? And how do you see the ending? When would that be? Or what does he need to achieve to say, okay?
What I mean, you would have to ask him that. As far for me is I want him to be happy with his life
Support.
and supportive. Like I'm not
Mm.
going to be like, oh well, so he needs to be whatever champion or he has to be unified or undisputed. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not my dream. All I can do is be supportive of what he wants. What I could tell you though is one of his dreams and one of the things that we are working on is fighting at Seaside in Cebu.
Seaside Arena.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's gonna happen. The guy beside you
Yeah,
is gonna make it happen. Yeah,
There you go.
it's no
that's
doubt.
what we're doing.
I think that's a no-brainer. That should happen as a swansong last fight, probably. So giving
Yeah.
back to the Filipinos.
Or
Um, mm,
get the title and it's a defense there.
yeah, whatever fight it is, as long as it's in the Philippines, I'm sure
I think it'll be
Filipinos are gonna
fun.
support it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it should
Mhm.
be.
And I love how
And
they're building out that section. Like, new stars there, SMC side, they opened up Ocean Park, diba? I didn't get to go to Ocean Park, but it's they're always developing and bringing new energy to Cebu. So I'm really excited for that. I'm gonna be right back.
new gym in Cebu too. What's the name of the
Yeah.
gym in Cebu?
What gym?
Seaside.
There's a new
What gym?
gym, the new arena, a new arena.
Seaside.
That's the Seaside
Seaside
Arena. That's a new one, right?
Arena. SM Arena. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. SM Arena.
Yeah. So, that's going to be a big one. So that's another quote. I'm gonna put the poster on that one. Nonito
Yan pa.
Donaire potentially last fight.
Yeah, 25,000 yung katao yung capacity.
Huwag mong
Mm.
huwag mong lagyan ng huwag mong lagyan ng pader. I mean, after Seaside sa Cebu, there could be potentially more, right? I mean, siya
Iba talaga.
magdi-decision yun. Oo. Alam mo
Nice,
yan,
nice.
yung difference ng Pilipino. Dinalagyan nyo ng pader. And that's what I was saying with the people in Omega. Natututo na sila ngayon na ganito ang pag-iisip. Don't be
Mhm.
stranded lang kayo sa lower level. Right?
Right.
We support anybody sa coming from Omega. We support them, kako, to bring them to the upper level. Kaya
Right. Most definitely, of course, and I think that's the reason why Nonito Donaire is there. I think the mindset aligns with Omega, and I've been with Doc J for a while. Doc J,
Yes,
you're
Pao.
one of the trainer. Since Rachel wala dito, ikaw naman ngayon ang aking i-drill muna. Tanong kita.
Right.
You understand my point. Magbisaya ako dire. Ikaw man magsabi sa akin dati na pag may may issue ba, more views, ikaw yung nagko-comment, okay lang yan. Ikaw nagko-comment ka sa akin. Pag nakikipag-away naman ako, diri ka naman nagsuporta sa akin eh.
Tagalog pa rin yan eh. Di ba Bisaya yan eh.
Kunti lang ba? Gamay lang Bisaya ba? Hindi, tanong ko sa'yo, ano man yung mga natutunan mo dito kay Donaire? Ang tagal mo nang kasama si Nonito Donaire, team niya, at maraming mga foreigner na pupunta dyan. May mga bago ka na bang tricks na natutunan from our foreign friends? And from Filipino
Yung
Clash?
tricks, just hindi yung tricks, yung gano'n, yung mga fancy stuff. It's more on yung ano yung importance ng mga maliliit na detalye na yun yung importante. Yung mga ganyan. Kasi yung iba kasi yung gusto nila mga yung gusto ng mga tao is doon sila sa advance agad, yung mga ganun. Pero simplify mo yung boxing mas madali. Wag mong i-overthink, wag mong masyadong fancy na ano, make it simulate it and make it realistic. Yun lang.
Simplify. Meron ka bang pwedeng i-share sa akin na simple boxing things or training that you've learned?
Secret.
Or sa mga fans?
Meron mga ganyan like sabihin natin yung sabihin natin yung faith and fake, 'di ba? Yung ang dali feint or fake. You feint yung dublihang hata ba? Dublihang hata.
Okay ba?
You feint.
Sige. Doble ang
Feint.
hata. Okay.
Di ba yung feint, di ba? Sinasabi yung feint pero hindi nila alam yung impact niya na sobrang laki. Di ba? Papagod yung utak ng kalaban mo. At the same time, yung nakukunan rin ng stamina, pero ba't hindi ginagawa ng mga boxer natin yan? Yung mga ganyang detalye.
Okay. Ikaw naman, matanong muna kita kay Donaire bago ko tanong sa mga boxer ng Omega. Okay lang tanongin kita sa mga boxer ng Omega. Alam ko topic natin kay Nonito rin eh. Okay lang? Minsan na tayong mag-usap, di nyo na kasi ako iniimbita dyan sa Omega eh.
Sabi ni Andrew,
Alam mo ang maganda, pagbalik ni Nonito sa Omega, pagbabalik na rin ni Powcast.
Yeah.
Sumuko ka last time ng sa training eh.
Still the number 1 in the Philippines.
Yep.
No denying, brother. When I'm there, there's always something controversial happening. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, I asked Flores gave his point of view about the fight Rachel did. How about you? What do you think? Do you share the same?
Tingin ko. Yeah, of course. Kami yung gumawa ng strategy, kaming tatlo. So, we know what's gonna happen. So, it's more on Nonito's yung side ng Nonito yung ginagawa na. It's not more on style ng kalaban. Depende kay Nonito pag ma-execute niya, pag makuha ni Nonito yung rhythm niya, yung flow niya. I think it's going to be early night.
Early night. Kasi nakahanda na dito yung kahit 20 mil lang. Anong rounds ba?
Pero wag kayo, hindi ko sinasabi hindi ako. Wag kayo mag-chat kayo sa akin, oy, binenta ko yung kalabaw ko.
Wag ka mag-alala. Yung sa akin, hindi kita sabihin. Sa akin mo na lang i-PM mo sa akin kung ano. Kahit matalo, okay lang. Pero bigyan mo ko ng solid na.
Diba, may spy ka, ginagawa mo akong spy. Ito spy mo, di tanong mo sa spy mo.
Siya rin nagtatanong sa akin eh. Nagtanong ng ads. Okay. Sige, tanong ka sa Omega, no? Karamihan ng mga boxers sa Omega, baguhan, na nawala na yung mga luma. Hindi ko na masyado kilala yung mga yan. Kailan ba makikilala yan? Sino ba yung magagaling ngayon dyan? Puro bata eh.
Ay, hindi po masasabi magaling pa eh. They're just 3-0, 4-0, 19 years old, 20 years old. So, niluluto pa lang.
Hindi, meron kayo isa dyan magaling, yung Swedish. Nakikita ko yung post ni yung post ni Diego, hindi ko alam kung nandiyan siya. Parang gusto niyang hamunin si Albert Pagare.
Ha? Gusto namin
Albert, eh. Oh, yan, sige, para ma-content na yung tao. Oh.
Yeah, gusto namin yan. Gusto namin baka sa undercard kay Nonito. Yeah, Alexis Fredrickson versus Albert Pagara.
Tagal pa naman.
Maganda yan.
Okay.
Naniniwala
ka po, tatalunin daw ni Fredrickson yan? Bubugbugin daw. Hindi ko alam kung tama ba yung pagka-ITD.
Bugbog yan. Buhubaran yan. Bugbog yan.
Humanda na, Doc J. Bukas nasa clip ka na.
Hindi naging tayo yan. Bugbog yan.
Okay. Humanda ka na. Bukas nasa clip ka na ng mga vlogger. Okay. Okay. Ano bang mangyayari in the next few days dito sa inyo? Diyan sa ano, may
So,
mga ano pa ba? May mga press con pa ba? O may ano, o weigh-in na lang o ano?
wala na yan. Tapos na yung media workout.
No, no, it's press
Press
Mm.
conference na lang, then weigh-ins, then fight na
Mm.
on Sunday. So, ano na, focus na kami sa trimming down, focusing on strategy and cut weight.
Okay.
That's final stretch.
Okay.
So hanggang ano
Kinuha
lang
na ka
ako
na
pa,
ni
last one,
mm.
ano na kami,
Ano?
pinapatulong kami ni ano eh, ni Sir ano,
Last
Sir
question na
Julie.
lang.
Last
Last question. Sabi ko na hindi kita papaalisin hangga't hindi ka magbigay ng opinion dito. Iniwanan ka ni Rachel eh. Oh, ano
Oh.
sa tingin mo sa laban ni Casimero at ni Nery?
Diyan ko hindi ko kung makita ko yung training siguro ni Casimero doon ako mapipredict kung anong pinagagawa nila.
Sumasakay ng bisikleta sa tubig.
Okay. Oh, yun. Ganda. Hydro bicycle training. Wala kayo nun.
Yun nga eh.
Pero hindi.
Depende kasi alam naman natin puro talent eh. Alam naman natin kung mabalik yung Casimero na yung kalaban ni Rigo. Kung ganun ano,
Mm.
baka ano. Pero alam ko hindi aabot ng 12.
Okay.
Hindi aabot, may matutumba.
Andiyan pa ba si Rachel? Magpaalam na tayo rin. At may tatanong lang ako last kay
Alam
Rachel.
na, last
Rach.
message, Rach. Hold on.
So tumate ko sa
Okay. Thanks, Doc
Last
J.
question.
Doc J, mag-message ka naman sa akin paminsan-minsan. Suplado na kayo eh. Parang galit kayo eh. Doc, Rachel,
Mm.
can I still get some time with Nonito tomorrow? Kahit quick lang.
Yeah, I think just today, like it's with
Just
the
let me
media
know of a
press-
good time. Kahit
Yeah,
10 minutes
because
lang. Actually, mhm.
no, just because we had the media workout, that kind of but then tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, wala. And then Friday press conference, Saturday. So the next 3 days he doesn't have anything, so it's easier to schedule because then we're not traveling, going to whatever.
Good. Quick lang naman. Babaguhin ko na yung set of question ko. But just so you know, I'm now a writer on Philstar.
Oh,
So I
okay.
want to write...
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Nonito.
Philstar, the newspaper. I want to write something
Yeah.
about Nonito on Philstar. About, I'm thinking, 40 and prime. How does the Filipino way of being prime or Filipino flash, something like that. So I want to ask him about that as well. So if you would
Okay,
allow
yeah,
that tomorrow. All right,
Okay.
last words
Sige, I'll text.
and give confidence to the fans. Nonito Donaire by knockout. Let's go.
Yes, of course. Like thank you, Paul, for having us. You could always text me, and fight week's kind of crazy, but you guys can watch the fight on Tap Sports.
Tap Sports.
No, not Tap Tap. Tap Sports. Tap Sports.
Tap Sports.
So it'll be there. And we, would love everybody's support. And of course, thank you to Omega Boxing, IPI, and all our family in Cebu and throughout the whole world for all their love and support.
Thank you. Doc J?
Yeah,
Anything?
I would like to thank Omega Boxing Gym, Omega Sports Promotion, Omega Painkiller, and Trilla. Thank you.
World
Trilla.
peace.
Trilla. Wala pa akong shirt ng Trilla. Anyway, salamat. Thanks, Doc
Hey,
J.
Wow,
Thank
Sige.
you, pal.
wow, salamat.
Bye.
Salamat. Okay. All right, that's Madam Rachel Donaire and Doc J, part of the training of the team of Casimero. Very insightful. Nakakatuwa din kausap yung Rachel, iba yung mindset nila. I mean, it's really refreshing to have someone that kind of mindset. In a way, actually, ako parang ganun din naman ako. But as a Filipino, sometimes bumabalik yung pagka-Filipino. Kaya natutuwa ako pag nakakausap ko si Sir Jerry lagi. Kasi he reminds me of what I could do more. That, ito, ang takeaway ko, wag ka maglagay ng wall. Na takeaway ko. I mean, and we as a sometimes Filipino or traditional Filipino na naglalagay tayo ng, okay, hanggang dito lang tayo. Hindi na natin gaya dito. So, That means we should keep moving forward. And but unfortunately, on this episode, I have to put a wall right now. Okay, so guys, I appreciate you. We'll go ahead and postpone our Casimero topic tonight. It's all Donaire for tonight. Sa isang araw na tayo mag-Casimero. Baka sa Wednesday. Okay? Okay lang po ba? Okay. So next time na, this is Fight Week Casimero versus Nery. Next time na lang, Nonito Donaire versus Rico Masuda this weekend. I'll certainly be doing a live commentary for that. And again, you can watch at Top Sports. I'm gonna reach out to Top and see what I can do. Guys, salamat. Salamat po.